cold one.
Cheese.
This summertime, hot and juicy. I even use Christy.
Hi, Henry. You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. So, thank you for helping us organize this one-on-one mentorship scheme. This is the second station. Last month we were in Glasgow, which was very successful.
Yeah, I watched the video. It's great.
You share video to the participants tonight.
Of course. We just have to share with them to let them have some heads up, right? And then they know what's going on tonight.
Did they give you any feedback on the video?
Not really. But I think they're fine. Yeah. So everyone's here. They're enjoying the meal. Enjoying checking on the menu now, and then they're sharing their food experience, I believe.
So, do you think the people in Nottingham, I mean the local British people, those living in Nottingham, are they different from those living in other cities?
Oh, I think most of them are very inclusive, and they would like to accept people from different areas. So they're very kind and like to involve us for everything. So it's fine. Yeah. We do have different events with the local councils and also local organizations. So it's working very well. So I do believe they are very kind.
Maybe the integration of the Hong Kong community in Nottingham is actually doing quite well.
Yeah, I do think so. We do lots of events before, and then it's not just about the working partners are nice, but also those who comes to our events. They are not just from Hong Kong, they are also from local areas, like from different diversity, so it's really nice.
It's a perfect spot for this event. Let's hope they enjoy the meal tonight.
Yeah, I do think so.
One by one. So, who wants to go first?
My name is Jenny, and then my husband speak in Nottingham. I like summer. Yes, I can speak good English. I hope so. I can, but I can't now. Now I am learning English in the library. Food market.
A little bit about yourself.
Yes, I am Julie. I've been staying put. I've been here for 13 years. I'm a social media manager. I spend all day working at Insta. I thought it would just be a good way to meet new people, and it's such a brave move to move from Hong Kong to the UK because many welcoming people don't know. I have friends from Norway and Spain and America, different places, but not from Hong Kong. I think we're really lovely, really friendly, really open, and really lovely people. Nope. I tried the octopus. That was quite chewy, so it was good to try something different. Just that I appreciate that they're here, and I'm grateful that they're here. What could I do? I could just get to know people from Hong Kong, show them around, maybe go to the theatre and different activities that the UK has to offer.
I've been relocated to this country for 11 months. And I find it quite difficult to get along to the local culture at the very beginning, and I feel that settling down is a big project. But luckily, with my friends and the church assistants, I and my family really like this country, especially Nottingham, this city. Wow, it's quite tricky because we like to choose a place not too cold and not too hot. Midland is a good choice, and also with a lot of good school for my son. So and also we have some friends. They moved here before, so we choose this city. Oh, sure. I think nine of out of 10 of my neighbors are local people. So, of course, we watch a lot of YouTube videos saying that we should be active. So we prepare some Hong Kong souvenir and knock their door and introduce ourselves. And then we find that all of them are really friendly. Sometimes we just ask for some silly question. Oh, I forgot which cream should I put out for tomorrow, and they are really helpful. And yeah, and also some local parents of my sons. And also I met some friends from my volunteer job and my job. So I feel it's not so horrible as I imagined. Yeah, because they are so nice. They are willing to speak slowly, and I often ask them, "What's the spelling? What's the spelling of that word?" And they always teach me English, so I feel so nice. I think the theme, the cultural exchange is quite appealing, and I would like to let local people to know more about Hong Kong. Our background, the reason we relocate to this country, and the difficulties we are encountering. Though not only for the daily living, sometimes when we talk about some political issue, most of them it's the first time heard about the terrible situation in Hong Kong. So I feel like this is a good chance for us to exchange culture and also let them know about the true phenomenon in Hong Kong. Sure, because uh, to be honest, the economy is not quite good. So most of us use a lot of time to for finding a job, and especially for some people, if they are not really good at English or they are not really good at technology, it's really quite hard for them to get along with the life and also find a suitable job. So that is the most difficult part. Luckily, I have some friends, some network, and also I have a lot of assistance from my church. And I think that just like what I talked with the friends tonight, if we just keep or uphold the so-called Hong Kong values, we want everything to be fast, in a fast pacing. Actually, it's not quite wise to hold this value when we move to a new country. We have to embrace the new values here, the local values. Although sometimes we find that we always have to wait for the response, the feedback from government or from all of the companies, but on the other side, actually, because they have a good work-life balance, not like Hong Kong, we often have to work overtime, over 40 or 50 hours in a week. So-called we have high efficiency. But here, we have to embrace the local, and that should be what we're looking for, to have a work-life balance. And sometimes we have to learn from the local people, learn their local culture, so that we can get along to living in this country, and also we can I would say that we have to give up or we have to integrate in this country with learning some new mindset. That is our responsibility. We cannot expect others. I have to follow the values from the Hong Kongers because we are new here. We are foreigner.
I'm a 68 years old man. I'm enjoying my entire life in Nottingham. Since I came to UK, it's the time I start my retirement. 4 years now. Um, I want a more freedom life in UK because I consider Nottingham is a medium-sized city. I don't like big city like Manchester, Birmingham. You need a lot of time to know this place, to understand this place. If it's a small city, then maybe you can't get anything there. So I consider Nottingham is a medium-sized city, which I can maybe it's easier for me to start my life here. In the right beginning, when I came 4 years ago, there was very few Hong Kong people here, and you can only meet Hong Kong people in the supermarket. But now there's more and more Hong Kong people come, and we can go to different some events. You can go there and you can meet people. We also we also join some tours organized by some local community. We go to different places every year, maybe 2 or 3 times, so we can also meet the local people. For me, it's not. I don't find very difficult. Just a little bit difficult in the beginning, because I was working in when I was 20 to 30 at the time. I was there 10 years, about 10 years. So I have the experience living outside Hong Kong. So maybe for me it's a bit easier than some other people. My daughter.
Oh.
So she went back to Hong Kong.
Oh, why?
She doesn't like here. She finds the most difficult thing is she finds it's difficult to find a future here. She can. It's much more easier for her in Hong Kong. Even now, she can earn her life by herself. But here, she finds it difficult. I worked in Africa before. That place also is. It was a colony of the British. So I speak English there. I learned English in Hong Kong, but I really can speak English in Africa at the time when I worked. If language is very important. Yeah, if you know English better, then it will be faster and easier. Just maybe I was told I can meet some local people, talk to them, and exchange life.
Wow.
I want to do that. Yes, yes.
Because I've heard from Christy, it's a kind of an event to communicate and cultural exchange with the local people here. So I want to take the chance. Not really, but sometimes I work in the charity shops. One of the ladies is very good to me because I went once last year. I want to go back to Hong Kong, and then I asked her what kind of the souvenir is really typical in UK or England to have. And then she said, "Oh, she tell me something." And then the next week, she buy different types of the snack biscuits for me, and nobody to open. And then she said, "Oh, should I open it?" So I'm first the one to open, and then the others colleagues open. So I enjoy this kind of the warmth and the kindness from the local people. Yeah. Yeah, actually, even though I don't have a job here, but I try to do different volunteer jobs in different direction. I want to meet more the local people, no matter it's the Hong Kong people or the local people. So it's quite interesting and get some friends there. The first year I'm very worried and some depression because some Hong Kong friends ask me, "Oh, are you okay?" Every time I ask me, "Are you okay?" I feel not okay. So I changed my mind. Okay, I think I have to relax and just follow the way what the God gives me. I think it's everything is smooth except the job, the house, the friends, and even how to keep the contact with my Hong Kong family. So it's make them everything is smooth. I think.
My name's Tilda, like the Roald Dahl book, Matilda, and I work at the University of Nottingham in Nottingham. So I'm from Nottingham myself, but I have a love of Hong Kong. So I worked for a little while in Hong Kong a few years ago when I was a bit younger, and fell in love with the city and the food, and then moved back here, and yeah, that's basically why. Because I have a love for Hong Kong. I have a love for my Hong Kong friends, and I think it's wonderful to kind of to celebrate cultures together, and also like a kind of reaction to what's been happening in the news recently and with British politics of saying like we're an island of strangers, which I think is absolutely rubbish. And instead of going, actually, let's get to know different communities, it's like I'm worried about that kind of divide that might happen between different cultures. Also, Kasaki ramen is delicious and very friendly. Awkward.
Is it?
No, because I've got people that I could talk to about one of my favourite cities and eat nice food with them. And I think I meet people through work as well, and also my family. My family are involved in a church in Nottingham, and my mum goes to like a community group where they do patchworking. And through all of those things, we've met lots of friends from Hong Kong, and always always enjoy sharing food mostly. Last time I was in Hong Kong, I got this. Next time I go, I want a xi long bao. So I think maybe I'd say dim sum. I think they would. Maybe there's things to get used to. Like I know something like when it's cold weather. It's weather to get used to. I guess I think what I've heard from my friends and what we've talked about here tonight is like careers, job opportunities. I think it's a difficult thing to get used to whenever you move to a different country, but especially, I've talked to a lot of Hong Kong friends who they've moved and then they've gone, I need to find a different kind of job, or I need to change the way that I change what I'm doing for work, and that must be really hard, I think. Advice. I don't know. I don't have any good advice. I don't have any good advice on that. I think I'm a careers advisor. I do have friends from Hong Kong who moved here who said, well, can we have an informal chat about workplace English in this country, as opposed to kind of workplace English in Hong Kong.
Right.
So I'm not sure, just chatting to people, I guess. Yeah. Opportunity. I mean, feeling like you live somewhere with freedom of speech and democracy, even if our democracy is not amazing. But also, I know, educational opportunities as well, especially for children. I know lots of families bringing children, and yeah, those are the main things, I think. I suppose so, but then there's also a lot of difference between the wealthiest people in Hong Kong and the people who aren't so wealthy. But I guess for the price of a flat in Hong Kong, you could get a bigger house here. Definitely. So if you do have a flat in Hong Kong and sell that, you're going to have 4 more bedrooms in the UK.
So I'm from Ireland and I've lived in Nottingham for about 13 years now. And I'm a teacher in the local secondary school. When I moved from Ireland, I found it okay because I was a university student, so I had a lot of that structure. I've definitely found moving to Nottingham, because I was a little bit older and I didn't have that structure, it was slightly more difficult, but I'm really lucky to work in a lovely place that I adore, and that has helped me settle.
People any Irish?
Absolutely, yes. I don't know how to summarise that really. Our sense of humour is very different. Maybe we take ourselves a little less seriously in Ireland sometimes.
Okay.
But I've lived in England for 20 years now, so I feel embedded in the culture here now. Trying to find groups of people who have similar interests, and people of different interests. I mean, tonight has been lovely because we are all from different backgrounds and different places, but we have just been talking about things that we have in common and things that we have similar together. Posher and I were just talking about being in Belfast and sharing photos with each other that were basically identical, apart from one was my set of photos and one was yours. No, I've never had any Hong Kong friends before, actually. This is a bit of a random recommendation, so no, this is all new. It's been really welcoming, really friendly tonight. Everybody's just genuinely interested in each other, I think, and quite open to learning about each other's experiences, which is really lovely. I just think we live in a world where there is perhaps a lot of division at the moment, and then so when I saw something like this being advertised, I just thought that is a potential way to maybe break down some of that division that surrounds us right now, and to be open to new experiences. To be honest, I came here not knowing really what to expect, because I haven't really interacted with anybody from Hong Kong before, I don't think. So I don't think I came in with any preconceived notions or ideas. So